heat comes on and it's too loud, you let me know.
Dude, you enjoy your goddamn heat, and don't let anybody
enjoying it
tell
right
you
now.
not to. Guys, happy Christmas. Well, I guess now it is the Christmas season, isn't it? Because today is Thanksgiving.
When this comes out.
Yeah. For Mike and I, it's Thanksgiving. And happy Thanksgiving to you, Mike.
Happy Thanksgiving to you, Steve. Do you have anything else to say?
Absolutely not. Guys, thanks for listening to the show. Merry Christmas, Mike.
Merry Christmas to you. Steve, do you remember where you were 4 years ago today?
What is this, 2020?
2020.
So that would be
11/26.
18, 17, and 16.
19, 18, 17, 16.
So 19, 20,
My favorite
16.
year.
2016? Man, I guess it's possible that I was in San Diego with Bree's family.
Incorrect. Try again.
Okay. Oh shit, were we having a Friendsgiving?
I mean, kind of, but we called it something different.
Oh.
It's my wedding anniversary, Steve.
That's right. I was like, was it someone's birthday? Holy shit.
So now if you're at home and you're like, I don't want to celebrate Thanksgiving because of what I choose to believe about Thanksgiving, you can now stop it entirely and you could eat with your family because me and Zoya got married.
Damn. I'm thankful for Mike and Zoya. I'm putting the arms down because I'm thankful for Mike and Zoya. I need to get my elbows comfy.
Get my elbows on the show.
Let me get my elbows down on the show. I'm thankful that Mike and Zoya exist. Excuse me while I click things. I'm also thankful that Mike and Zoya still exist as a married couple.
Oh, samesies. I think about that every day.
You know, I don't. You know, everybody when you're a young kid and or when you're young or when one of your good friends is young and you're like they're getting married, like everybody is like at some point like, hey, you know, when you get married, but when you gonna get divorced, you know, and like everybody makes the divorce joke, and then there's always that, like, I mean, there's the unspoken, like, through line of all friendships that are, like, you know, really connected, really close, and then they get married, where you're like, when's it gonna happen? Like, when is the when is it gonna happen? And truly, I feel like you and Zoya have something special that really, like, of all my friends who are in relationships, I've never experienced a more, like, well-connected couple. Like, you guys...
That's very nice.
You guys just fucking fit together. You get each other's attitudes, you get each other's senses of humor, and it's just like a total flow. And you guys bicker, but you love each other, and it's done in a way that has never made me worry about if you're gonna be okay and if Zoya's gonna be okay.
Oh, Zoya would be okay regardless of what happens.
Yeah.
She's not the weakest link,
right?
in this relationship.
But what I mean by that is like, if
I know what you mean, I appreciate you
I
saying
wouldn't be
that.
worried about Zoya if, like, you were like angry, or if you were like, you know, something was going on with you. I'd be like, Zoya could navigate this and figure it out. You guys love each other so much, you're gonna fucking stick it out. But I've really, it's interesting, like, and not just because we're talking to each other and we're on a podcast and we're broadcasting this out to the world, but really, like, you know, those friends where you see them and you're like, that's not gonna work out.
Yeah, let's go down the list.
Let's go down the list. So Joe.
No, I know what you mean. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
There are a bunch of, like, couples that sometimes a couple or one member of the couple will come to you as the friend and be like, this is going on or whatever. And I sometimes just want to say, now being in a relationship that I know at least for the foreseeable future, like we've been together for 10 years, and I'm like, I know what it takes for two people to stay happily in a relationship for 10 years. And sometimes I could talk to some of these people and be like, yeah, you just got it. You don't know it yet. But you got to get the fuck out of there. But no one's ever going to not, you can't not feel that and then hear somebody else say it and be like, yeah, you're probably right. Like you have to know that.
Yeah.
And some people just don't know it until it's too late.
Until it's too late. Or some people, I feel like it's an issue of like not knowing yourself really well enough yet. And like I feel like you and Zoya both really know yourselves very well individually. And like I know a lot of people, and myself included, where I'm still kind of like, I don't know who I am. Like I don't know how, I don't know certain parts of my brain yet. Like I'm still trying to figure it out. And everybody's still doing that. And I think you and Zoya still are right. too. But I think you guys just have more of a grip on your own inner selves, and that makes your relationship so much better. It's very inspiring.
Oh, that's very nice to hear. And it's very nice that that comes out outwardly.
Yeah.
And I think that is we do know ourselves. We did a lot of work to find ourselves before we even knew each other.
Right.
We go through certain things. And
which is even better, man, before you even met each other. And then once you meet each other, you're like almost the best versions of yourselves. Like you're still.
I was going to say people get, I'm always, I don't know. I laugh at people who are in like the late 20s and they're like, I don't know if I'm going to find any, or single people in their 30s are like, well, who, all the good ones are taken. I'm like, no. All the people who hooked up young are taken.
Right.
And now you get to like figure your shit out and know exactly who you're not compatible with. So you don't spend like 3 to 5 years in a relationship that is like bad.
Yeah.
You could tell sooner. So you have you lift your standards bar or whatever.
Yeah. Like compatibility is like, it's more complex than just like, do they like the same shit that I like? It's also about like, can they handle their shit in a way that won't spill out into the relationship and cause stresses and anger and, all that shit that happens in like kind of messy relationships. So you have to like really, when you're getting to know someone, it's important to also see them while they struggle and see them while they deal with stresses. And because, the way that people handle stresses might not fucking work with someone else. And then you're like, holy shit, like I'm talking to my buddy, like, man, when this person is stressed, like it gets scary. And like, dude, I don't think
that's why a lot of lesbian couples break up, because they live together so fast. And then they're like, wait a minute, I haven't seen you sad yet. No, I'm just kidding. I truly believe that for anyone who's like, let's get married right away or let's move in right away. I'm like, yo, wait until that person is like, you have to know how that person is when they're like sick.
Oh yeah.
Or like a little bit annoyed or hungry. Right. Like there's only so much you can learn about somebody in a month and a half.
Totally. And then even like in years, I mean, you and Zoe have known each other you've been together for 10 years, but you've known each other longer, right?
No. We, maybe add like a year or two onto that when we had like a back and forth relationship.
Yeah. And you guys are like, you guys are probably figuring out like new shit all the time still, like even 10 years into the relationship, but you have the basics figured out about each other to the point where like you can navigate the things that prevent this, or like you navigate into the things that will make your friend, your best friend and your lover happy. Like there's all these different paths, and by the time you've known someone for 10 years, you're like, oh, I know how to make this person happy, and I know how to make this person angry. and those are like the wires are all over the fucking place.
You use each when it's appropriate.
Right, exactly.
One of the things I love about like the way me and Zoya work through stuff, and happy Thanksgiving if you're just joining.
And happy Thanksgiving.
Is that we, like, when we get upset about anything really, I think both of us, her a little more than me, run it through this filter of like, before I do anything onto you, like, am I being a jerk?
Right.
Because the last thing I want to do is fight with you, because I know that is bad.
Right.
And it's not going to be good for both of us. So before we do that, we're going to make absolutely sure of whose fault this is.
Just so we know.
Yeah. And so a lot of times we'll be like, okay, I'm just being a bit much. We could solve this by doing this. Or, you know, she'll say that.
Yeah, yeah.
But then sometimes it's just like, it's unavoidable, and there's shit we have to say on both sides.
Right.
And that's just what happens. That's just part of being in a relationship.
Yeah, and then you just got to figure if like you can do that. If you love that person enough that you're willing to put the work into navigating those situations with that person. And, you know, because no relationship is perfect. Like, I'm working on my, like, where am I at currently before, like, if I start to feel like a conversation is getting heated and it's going to be an argument or something, I'm starting to think about, like, okay, what kind of a mood am I in right now? And is it conducive to where the conversation will end up going?
That's
and
smart.
I'm trying. It's hard. It's like,
very hard.
it's really like everything else that is worth it in life. It's a lot of work. And,
Yes.
and so I'm trying to figure out, like, when Alana says something that like comes into my brain and makes me feel like angry or annoyed or stressed or something, I'm trying to like quickly compute that into like, hey, maybe I'm working, or I'm focused, or like let's hold off on whatever that is for a second, because I think I'm like in a place where I'm not going to be able to like navigate this pathway, you know?
Yeah. When was the last time I had sugar? Before I say what I want to say.
right, exactly. And I think that's really important, and part of the whole like skill set and challenges that come with being in a relationship with someone. But
Great, man.
Yeah,
when you find the person, and it truly feels like, I feel like partnership is a very like corny word to people who don't fully understand it, but once you find like a partner who wants to like make life better with you, that's the shit.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I will find that someday as well.
Mike, so happy anniversary to you and your lovely bride, Zoya.
She's on that phone.
Oh, well, you know, I mean, does she need us to hold off for a second?
I need to be out.
You're going to be fine, Mike, and so will Zoya.
Dude, I remember on my wedding day, me and Elliot were sitting in the Cheesecake Factory at the bar, and he was like, if you want to leave, we could just go right now. And he was like, I would be remiss if I didn't give you that option. And I'm like, I think we're going to be okay. Two, you're doing the service. So you also have to be there. He's like, but I want to be there, and I think it's going to be great. But if you wanted to leave, now is the time.
That might have been his own reflection of nerves. And
sometimes we project, I guess. I'm sitting there like, I get to marry Zoya. This is going to be the shit.
And he's
Our
like,
family's here. I just ripped the shit out of you. Well, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah. And Elliot's like, man, how do I get out of here before before it even starts?
I don't want to go to another wedding.
Dude, have you have you heard of cuffing season?
Oh yeah. Dude,
Yeah.
there was a Wrestling Fred episode when that show was on the Rocks
Yeah.
YouTube channel,
Yeah.
all about cuffing season.
Really?
Yes.
So I guess I'd never really, I mean, I'd heard of it. I can't wait to hear all your takes on this and talk
It's like
about
an
where you
internet
went
thing,
with it.
from what I understand.
I guess it must be an internet thing, but I've heard that it came from like even like stuff that people used to do in the 60s, like when they would do key parties and shit like that. Which I never participated in because I had Ninja Turtles that I loved.
Hey, do you want to fuck strangers, or do you want to have a wrestling tournament with all your action figures?
Do you want to potentially kiss a girl later today? I don't know.
Or
Michelangelo's in the freezer, and I don't know if he's fully frozen yet. So
I don't know how we're gonna get him out. What do you think, Raph?
I can't just leave him in there. He's gonna die. So I didn't really know much about it, and then recently people have been really talking about it on Twitter. But for those of you that don't know what cuffing season is, apparently it's a period of time, according to Merriam-Webster, where single people, it's even penetrated Merriam-Webster, which doesn't say much because I think doe is in there. Like the thing that Homer says, doe, it's in the dictionary.
Yeah, they got to get people to buy that book every now and again. So they got
They're
to
like, how do we get people interested in the dictionary?
yeah.
Let's start to put let's put I'm Rick James bitch in there and people will love.
By the way, don't watch the Pell Show on Netflix.
So it says it's when single people are looking for short-term partnerships to pass the colder months of the years. Yeah. And it says cuffing season usually begins in October and lasts until just after Valentine's Day. The use of the word cuff references handcuffs, but is slang in the same vein as hooking up or getting hitched.
Hitching season sounds like it's too much work.
Hitching season.
Like that's what they did right before they did the Oregon Trail.
I think they could. Is hooking season a thing?
Hooking season is like the summer months when you can get dressed in skimpy outfits and hang out on the Cornier.
Or maybe hooking season is when times are tough and you start an OnlyFans.
Yeah, we just called it fishing season.
Yeah. Thirsting season.
Thirsty Thursdays.
But yeah, so I have never participated knowingly in it, and I've only been in like a handful of relationships, and they, it hasn't been, I haven't hooked up with people for the sake of just like having someone to hook up with. That's not really my bag. So this thing just passed me by. I had no idea this even existed. But Mike, you did a whole fucking thing about it. What'd you talk about?
Well, I didn't know that it was a thing until we filmed this situation. I didn't know. I just thought it was like that was the cutesy internet thing that year.
Right.
But as far as like just hooking up with someone for companionship to pass the time, I did cuffing season for my 20s.
And so you actually kind of did it, but you weren't like knowingly participating in
Just
that.
didn't know that it had a name.
But were you conscious of being like, I want someone to be with during winter because it's depressing and cold and I want to cuddle with someone? Or was it more like just it happened during that time?
I mean, you think about me on the East Coast when it's cold. I definitely thought about, wouldn't it be nice to like be on the couch and watch movies with someone?
Yeah.
But it was never specifically like, man, it's cold. I can really use another person.
A person. This blanket
I had a
is
fucking thermostat. Independent ass bitch.
This heat is on and I'm under a blanket, but it's
I know
not
how
the
to build
right
a fire,
kind of
so
heat.
I don't need a person. But no, there was different levels to hooking up. There was like, if you go to a bar and you want someone to hook up with that night, or if you didn't want to be like running around town hooking up with whoever, because that brings its own like stresses and whatever.
Right.
I used to have, you would have people who you hook up with and like we're not together, but we hook up for an extended period of time.
Of course.
And there were times when like you would hook up with people, but you weren't exclusive, and you would hook up with people and you were exclusive. And if that wasn't I spent the first half of my 20s from like 19 to 25 trying to figure out the communication. You know, I was probably like 25 before I figured out, maybe I'd like to think that I was younger, but maybe like 24, 25, when you figure out like when you go out on a date with someone, if you immediately, it might be too much for that person, which is a good red flag that you're not supposed to, you're maybe not compatible. But the more you talk about like, this is what I'm looking for, this is what I'm not looking for first, like everyone's so horny about like, I got to make them like me, and I got to look pretty or handsome, and I got to come off like I have a good job and blah, blah, blah. Just talk about what you want out of that relationship first. And then if you're both still on the same page, then you get to know each other.
Right.
And it'll be like a mutually exclusive relationship.
Right.
But the problem used to come when like you meet naturally and you just hang out like your friends, and then you're watching a movie and you kiss, and then God forbid you have sex before marriage, and then you wake up the next morning and you're like, okay, so we did that. So does that mean like, should I tell my mom about you, or do I drive you home? How did you get here? You know what I'm saying? It's like the more you know about, like, don't question your shit after the first time you hook up. Like, have an idea of what you both want before that happens. That'll behooves you both.
Yeah, and I guess that's all kind of part of the like the unwritten.
Or all three of you, or whatever.
Sure, or four.
I don't know what you do.
Yeah, we're not about to judge anybody, but there's all these like unwritten guidelines to kind of like entering into a relationship that I feel like are very important, but most people either don't know about it or are more inclined to impulsion and like kind of just like how they want to get, have sex or whatever.
Dude, we have our like animal instincts, right? And that's hard enough to navigate in your late teens and early 20s because your brain's a goddamn mess.
Right.
And your hormones are a goddamn mess.
Oh, yeah.
And you don't separate that from like, how you feel or what you want emotionally or whatever. So you're trying to satisfy like these urges and needs. And then you like don't communicate to people. And I used to, if I hooked up with someone and then we would do whatever, and then if they would like catch feelings afterwards, or I would catch feelings that doesn't match up what the other person wants, I either felt like an asshole or an idiot. Right. Like if I don't reciprocate your feelings afterwards, I feel like a jerk, but it's only because we both didn't know how to express what we want. But if you sit down to coffee before you do that and be like, listen, I'm not looking, like, if a relationship happens, it happens, but I'm straight up not looking for that right now.
Right.
And there's no like, I don't know. The more that's left unsaid, it's like you have to spend months and weeks playing this guessing game as to where this other person's at. And none of that needs to happen. Right. But I never knew. And also no one teaches us that shit. Like they don't teach you how to navigate like dating or how to flirt with someone or whatever. So it's like all you idiots with your chemical imbalances and your hormones,
your lizard
we're
brains.
all just trying to figure it out. You know, and that's why so many people get hurt, and there's so many fucking songs about heartbreak. No one knows how to talk.
Well, it's interesting because it feels like in pop culture, we're finally kind of like in a zeitgeist of, we're just in it. We're in the realm of being more in tune with our emotions. I feel like kind of collectively, there's a lot of people that are outwardly speaking about feelings and emotions, and we're all kind of accepting that we all feel in very complex ways, and being able to like, expel those like stressful feelings of like, how do I feel alone, and does anybody feel the way that I do? And it feels like we're all kind of just barely cracking open the fucking veritable egg, and letting out all of the like let's talk about our emotions. Let's be in tune with our emotions. And I think it all comes back to getting to know yourself. And then, because like before you can share anything with anybody, including friendship, you have to know what you want. You have to know. And then in knowing what you want, that's like the first like wall. And then behind that wall is the knowing who you are. And then there's all of that complex shit that like is very important to figure out before you have any kind of healthy social or physical relationship with anybody. I think it's just very important. And if you don't,
but also
fully
relationships help you with that. Like
Right,
relationships
exactly.
that don't go well help
Yeah.
you figure that stuff out.
Right. Or you can learn, oftentimes, and there might be a bit of a divisiveness between this kind of way of thinking, but I feel like you can be in a committed relationship with someone and maybe you're not fully the best version of yourself, but you can be working on that while you're in this relationship. And even though that can cause the relationship to be, unhealthy in certain ways, if you're working on that and you're communicative about that, then, I think there's a way to make that work too,
That's a very attractive trait to have, is people who want to work on themselves.
Right. Or even
And
fucking
not be
aware
like a
of
stagnant,
that.
comfortable what?
Or people who are even aware of that they need to work on themselves.
Yeah,
Because a
yeah,
lot
yeah.
of and we were talking about 20-year-olds who are kind of like, I'm never gonna find someone. There's plenty of like young kids and shit, and I know we're being all fucking whippersnappers that we're here yelling at kids on our lawn, but
No, some of you are right.
but there's some, yeah, some of you are right.
No, mommy, you'll find love. We're not talking about
Mummy's
you,
found
mommy.
love.
You're
We
fucking
love the
4,000
mummy.
years old. If you haven't found it yet.
But like, there's just so much to learn, and you can't know everything. Nobody knows everything.
Yeah, and there's no smooth way. There's all bumpy roads lead to
Yes.
like you finding yourself.
But being able to like admit that you are still working on yourself and you're not perfect, and being able to communicate that in a healthy way is an attractive thing, because it's like, oh, this person is very real. That's a very real thing to be expressive about, that you're like constantly working on yourself. But you can't just say that. You have to actually be working on yourself.
Yeah, that's another thing. It feels real good to say,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
a hard, really, I don't know. It's just super hard, because you have to have humility and you have to put your ego aside a little bit to be like, especially in your 20s, early 20s. I thought I was hilarious. I thought I was great at music, and
I'm
now
perfect.
I can look back. What?
Yeah, I'm perfect.
Right. Or as close to it as I'm in my prime, like body years, I'm fucking like, this is what's up. Like, how could I be wrong? And then you look back at that stuff, 5, 10, 15 years down the line, and you're like, okay, this is what I had to go through to get to here. And I wasn't even close, but I thought I was. And you have to like put yourself in check and what you think of yourself, and be like, am I really the best version of myself? And if I'm not, how could I, what could I work on to be a better version? And also it's like, when you get into the relationship, like I always want to make sure I'm the best version of me for Zoya.
Right.
Because she also she fucking moved away from her family just like I did, but she could do whatever she does anywhere. She had a full book of clients in Connecticut, and she was like, dude, I'll fucking I'm hitching my wagon to this dude, and we're going to move across the country and see what kind of life we can come up with. So ever since that happened, I'm always like, how could I never make it a bad bet?
Right. Right.
So I never wanted to, and that decision falls on her as well. She bought a lemon. That's on her.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
but
she's
it's
got
like,
her
you
own
want to work
decisions.
hard, dude. I been in and out of relationships with many people I don't remember wanting to like work hard for. It's just
Right.
different. Something clicks with someone who you want to build a life with. It's like,
Yeah, and it's possible to get to a point where, I mean, and this goes into like a realm, kind of a different realm, but still related, where you're like, okay, well, we've done the growing, we've done the learning, we've done the trying to navigate, but it still doesn't really work. Then it's, you got to look at, well, am I living my healthiest, happiest life? And
yeah.
are they living their healthiest, happiest life? And then you figure out like, well, what can I do to get that person there? And what can they do to get me there? And then you talk about it, and maybe it's a breakup, or maybe it's like a new plateau of like, maybe, you let a fifth person into the relationship,
Fifth time's the charm. Fifth wheel. What good car doesn't have a fifth wheel? Dude, I remember the shittiest thing that I remember from my 20s is like having to end relationships with people who there was absolutely nothing wrong with at all. They just aren't right for you.
Right.
And I didn't know like mentally or emotionally how to explain that at all.
Right. You got to do 2 or 3 of those before you're like, oh, I know how to navigate this now.
Yeah.
I have things that I want and need, and they have things that they want and need, and maybe it just doesn't, those things don't line up, and
Yes.
and I can like bury that and still have great sex or like laugh a lot or do all these amazing things with this person, but like you're still burying those things that are like so fundamentally important to you to live your happiest, healthiest life.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah.
And you don't want to waste anybody's time either if you're not into it.
Dude, I think I gotta break up with Alana right now. Hang on, I gotta go.
Listen, I was just about to say, it's Thanksgiving, it's Christmas time. If you're discovering listening to this podcast that you're in a relationship that you don't want to be in,
Merry Christmas to you.
you have to wait till after Christmas.
At least till Valentine's Day.
The day after Christmas where everyone takes their shit back to the store. That's the day.
Dude, I got broken up with on Christmas Eve at like 9 o'clock at night. And I was like, 9
o'clock at night.
Damn, girl, you couldn't even wait. And then it was like, oh, you just didn't get me something. You wanted to break up with me before Christmas.
Right. You put coal in my heart.
All right, well, I want to jump into the ads, and then I want to excite you, nay, entice you with a hilarious clip that was provided to us from the Dynamic Banter subreddit. Shout out one time. And which is reddit.com/r/dynamic banter, which we frequent for content for the show and, just to see what you guys are talking about, what you're up to. But someone shared a clip of, I'm just going to tease it, Ozzy Osbourne. So we got
nice.
we got a funny Ozzy Osbourne clip right after the ads, all right?
That guy loved to laugh.
Yeah, he did.
Speaking of what we're thankful for.
Guys, shout out to Features.
Feature.
Boy, do we love Features. Dude, especially right now during the holidays, I don't know if it's my age or my diet or maybe I'm dying, but my feet are getting so cold in these LA days.
Maybe it's my lack of circulation from not being able to go outside really during the pandemic in 2020. That's a shout out one.
You got the crowd going on that one, Mike.
Thank you for coming to my commercial in the middle of this arena.
Man, Features has really been stepping up their game. I mean, their game was already up, but they're just great socks, is all I'm going to say.
You're not wrong.
They're great socks. I wear them all the time, and it feels like each sock is built for each foot. There's a left sock and a right sock.
Yes.
there's an L and an R that indicates which is which on the sock. And when you put them on, it feels like, remember in Iron Man when Tony Stark puts on the suit, like he's standing there like a regular guy in pants, and then he presses some kind of button, and then the Iron Man suit just kind of like it comes onto him, and he just like suddenly, and it clasps onto his body, his skin.
That is what it's like to wear feature socks.
Please welcome.
Take this down. I'm drawing a pair of feature socks for you right now.
Here's the deal, guys. It has been a strange few months. I agree with that, Mike. And so why not give friends and family a gift that puts a little jingle back in their step? Like these socks we've been talking about for the past 37 minutes. For 20 years, Features has been solely focused on delivering an unsurpassed performance sock. And a great pair of socks can be the perfect holiday gift for everyone on your list. You know, socks used to be a not great gift. But in our age bracket, from, I'd say even 18 and beyond, if you give someone...
If you're 7 years old, maybe socks aren't a great gift. But if you're a working young professional, old professional, or an old person who doesn't have a job, not only are you going to need socks, but you're not going to want to buy them for yourself necessarily. You're going to want to get that as a gift. Or when you do buy socks, you're not going to want socks that fall apart on you real quick. You want feet companions.
That's right.
Shoe friends.
Foot friends.
Foot friends. And that's what these socks are.
And it's a functional thing. And everyone loves a functional gift. Mm-hmm. And I would love to gift a friend the comfort and the style and the just all the benefits of a Features foot sock.
Not to be confused with their new line of hand socks.
Or chest socks. Or jackets.
You just call those sweaters.
Guys, for 20 years, Features has been solely focused on delivering an unsurpassed performance sock, as we said. So, there's elite runners around the world who have loved Features for years. And no other sock gives you a custom fit like Features does, like we said. And they're a family-owned business. Can I just say really quick, Hugh Gaither, shout out, founded the company in 2002. What's up, Hugh? And now he and his sons, John and Joe, they own and operate the company in North Carolina.
Man, that's nice.
Isn't that nice? Huh? So, guys, to get $10 off your first pair of Features, just in time for the holidays, you can use the promo code DYNAMIC. That's right, DYNAMIC at features.com for $10 off your first pair. That's FEETURES.com, promo code DYNAMIC. Thank you, Features. Hey guys, are you out of your mind? Then why don't you check out squarespace.com/banter to check out your own Squarespace situation. Are you hungry for putting out your own content on the internet? Are you drooling to get your writings, your photographs, your events, whatever out into the world? Well, Squarespace provides that to you. Mike Falzone has a Squarespace website.
You're 100% right. MikeFalzone.com has been a Squarespace website for years, including this year, the best year of our lives. And I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. They're always there to help you with their 24/7 customer service. You can make the website look however you want, and you don't need to know code or HTML. You get one of their award-winning templates. And then you customize it, little drag and drop, never have to update anything anywhere. You show your family members and your friends, you're like, look, I'm selling my art on a website. and then they subscribe to that website and they're like, I bet this looks terrible. And then they click on your stuff, yourname.com, yourname.art, whatever you want. And it's a beautiful marketplace. It's like you're going to the mall food court, but it's not the mall food court. It's your website, and you built it with Squarespace.
Listen to this adult man, Mike Falzone. He knows what he's talking about.
You sweet tooth.
So guys, why don't you go to squarespace.com/banter. You can get a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, you can use the offer code BANTER to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. Okay? So let's not lose our minds tonight.
Dude, I have an artist friend, a comedian, Gabby Lamb. She does these awesome paintings, and she
Right.
has t-shirts and stuff. She's just been selling stuff on Instagram, and I'm like, there's an easier way to do this. And she's like, I need a website, but I don't know anything about websites.
Right. Who does?
And I'm like, dude, I got you. I got this promo code for Squarespace, and it's easier than you could possibly imagine. And it's going to make your life easier selling your stuff. So you're going to be glad you did it.
God
And it's time
bless
to do
you.
it.
God bless you, Mike Falzone.
I didn't see.
And Merry Christmas to you, and Merry Christmas to Squarespace.com/banter. All right, thanks. Thank you, Squarespace. Guys, hey, last but not least, huh? Let's talk about Hawthorne, Mike. You into Hawthorne?
Oh, dude, we get to talk about Hawthorne.
Let's talk
That's
about
great.
Hawthorne, dude.
Did you get stuff from them?
I have not gotten mine yet.
Do you want me to tell you my personal experience, or do you
Yes,
want to read
talk
other
about
stuff
your personal
first?
experience.
Here's what I remember from my Hawthorne experience. First of all, it's like, I want to say male,
Yes. Male-driven.
skincare products.
Yeah.
And when HeadGum was first like, we have the sponsor for you, I was like, I don't know, men's skincare I don't really, look at me. I'm the target audience. And they're like, yes, because you look like that. You look like an old oil painting. And so what you do is you go on the website and you go through this quiz, and it's like 10 questions, whatever it is, takes a minute and a half. And then based on your answers to that quiz, they're like, these things would be good for you. And you could buy as many or as little as you want. And I've been using we're getting older.
Yeah.
Our skin isn't perfect forever. Zoya has a whole skincare routine because she's always worked in the beauty industry, and I don't understand any of it.
No.
But I'm like, if you give me this stuff and tell me it's great and it smells real nice, which it does, I'm going to at least try it. So I've been in the shower. I've been doing the face wash. I come out of the shower. I do the face lotion.
Hell
They
yeah.
give me cologne that smells awesome. There's hand soap. That's probably my favorite filter, the one you're using right now. But that's not to take away from legitimately the hand soap. I try to use half the time, because how corny is this? I want to make it last longer, because it feels like my hands have a dinner date.
Dude,
Just my hands.
I relate to that. When you find a good cream or like a thing you use to look nice for your hair, you really savor it. You're like, I gotta make sure I'm using just a little bit of this.
And look at my face. This would be a good. Ryan does the videos, but if you could look at my face, do you see any blemishes on this fucking face? This is a chickenpox scar
take
from
a
like
close look
1993. The rest of it is a beard, but don't be confused. Dude, I've been using this stuff, and I think I feel clean, and I look nice, and I'm not greasy or nothing, and I smell nice at all times. There's Steve's eyes.
I don't see any blemishes, Mike.
That's freaking me out.
I
hate
really
it.
don't,
Anyway,
though.
long
I
story
looked.
short, I had a great experience with these Hawthorne people. I love the way all their stuff smells, and it's nice. That's my personal opinion.
It's just and Mike, thank you for that, because that's real. That's very real. That's Mike's straight up personal experience with Hawthorne, and Hawthorne is a fun and convenient way to get super high quality products tailored specifically for men or the men in your life. So, and Hawthorne even takes the risk out of it by giving you free shipping on your order and returns. And if you don't like their products, they'll even re-tailor them based on your feedback. Because there's that quiz that you take where they find out information about you. It's very nice. It's very fun. Feels personal. Feels good. And I'll tell you what, Mike's looking better than ever, and I guarantee you,
Thank you.
Zoya's noticing too.
You're gonna like the way Mike looks.
So get some special offers. How is some special offers for the holidays going on right now by visiting hawthorne.co. That's HAWTHORNE.co to check out their special holiday offers. Hawthorne.co. Thanks, Hawthorne.
Thank you very much, Hawthorne.
Shit, the Cecil music is playing. You hear that? Is Cecil around for Thanksgiving? I bet Cecil went home to see his family, which would be nice. It'd give me a night off.
Spend it with my family, boy.
Oh,
You're responsible.
oh no.
You're responsible.
Cecil, great to hear you, my friend. Great to hear you.
Used to you.
Hi, buddy.
Turkey lurkey.
Yes, turkey lurkey. Listen,
Turkey
do
lurkey
you
in
even
your
eat?
closet. And turkey lurking in your closet.
All right, that was pretty good. That one was pretty good. All right.
You lurking in your closet.
All right.
The voice is grave me do it.
All
I
right.
was
Now
trying
you're
to
just
put
gonna do.
gravy in it.
You're gonna do turkey pun. You're doing Thanksgiving puns now,
I
Cecil.
was trying to do puns.
All right. Well, you know, puns aren't your thing, I don't think. So,
Merry Christmas, dude.
Merry Christmas, Cecil. How about you fuck off? All right. It's always nice to get a visit from Cecil.
It's always nice to tell Cecil. To fuck
It's always
off.
nice to tell Cecil to fuck off.
That would be a fun T-shirt.
All right. So, Mike, I have a very entertaining clip of Ozzy Osbourne, and it's very short.
I can't wait.
Do you remember Barbara Walters?
Bubba Walters. I'm Bubba Walters. This is 2020.
Yes, that's the one. Well, she interviewed Ozzy Osbourne.
Come on.
I don't know when this was. This looks like
Is it old Ozzy?
maybe
or young
2018 or something, or maybe
Ozzy?
20.
Okay, old Ozzy.
No. This is like, fuck, I don't know, man. Maybe it's like early 2000s, maybe 2006. I'm gonna say.
Okay. Like when his TV show
When his
was on the
TV
air?
show was on the air, yeah.
Okay. So old Ozzy.
Old Ozzy.
Yes.
Old new, because old Ozzy, because now we have old Ozzy.
We had old.
But
When
it's
he was on TV, he
old.
was old. Dude, if you walk around the house and you're like, okay, where are my slippers? And we need to throw meat at the fence or whatever they did on that show. Sharon, where are my eyes? If you're shuffling around your house looking for your eyes, you're old, that's old. Ozzy.
I'm looking for my eyes.
Sharon, I was eating bats before it was cool, Sharon.
Ozzy started COVID-19. So, Ozzy Osbourne, dude, I think he's doing better now. Like, he's actually better now than he was back then, because I think he's
That's super funny.
Yeah, well, I'll look into it. But, so on this clip, Barbara Walters, the quality's not so great, I apologize, because it's recorded off of TV or something. But Barbara Walters asks Ozzy Osbourne, "Are you sober now?" Okay? So that's what this clip is about. Barbara Walters asking Ozzy Osbourne, "Are you sober now?"
Are you sober now?
No, yeah. I'm never, but
Are you sober?
Dude, what if Barbara Walters, she's a better investigative journalist than this, but what if she was just like she's leaning back like this and she has her legs crossed and she's very, like, the 60 Minutes pose.
Yeah, oh yeah.
She's sitting across from him. What if she was just like, what?
What? Like, she's so
Do
eloquent.
it with the play the clip.
Okay,
and
here we
then do
go,
the
here we
what.
go. Here it is.
You sober now?
No, now, yeah,
Yeah.
I never, but I'm on
What? Oh.
Oh God. And then of course, man, I love and hate the internet, you know? Cuz there's good things and there's bad things, just like in everything.
Name one bad thing the internet has ever done.
I can't think of one, but I will say that the top comment on that video, they're always fun, they're always good. The top one is Sharon understood every word, which is great.
Sharon _ every word.
The next one is he's clearly sober. How else would he be able to speak 5 different languages at the same time?
Dude, Ozzy Osbourne is 5-lingual.
And then this one's really good too. Check this out. When CAPTCHA says type what you hear. Let's there
Holy
again.
You sober
fucking
now?
shit.
No, now, yeah,
Yeah.
I never, but I'm on
You sober
Dude,
now?
that's like when you're trying to you just started your trial gym membership and you're trying to find the right speed on the treadmill.
No, now, yeah,
Yeah.
I never, but I'm on
Oh, fucking hell. That's right.
Holy shit.
Mike, as you know, Christmas is coming. And
Yes.
I couldn't help
That's what Jon Snow said.
I couldn't help but notice that Lego is coming out with a Sesame Street set. And
Dude,
know,
my stomach is getting that weird
I'll
nostalgia
tell you,
feeling.
I'll tell you, look at that. Isn't that great? And we got Big Bird, we got Oscar, we got Cookie Monster.
Bird.
We got Bird. Bird and Grouch.
Bird and Ernie.
But I'll tell you, man, you know, Lego really does make a great holiday gift, Mike. And you know, and Lego are really great.
How many thousands of dollars is that?
That's
Is
Sesame
that-
Street.
Yeah. Let me guess.
Let me read to you what it says, and then you can tell me what you think. The model
Okay.
measures over 9.4 feet high. No, 9.4
No,
inches.
what?
Inches high. 14.2 inches wide and 8.2 inches deep. An
So,
eye-catching display piece for your home. It also makes the best Lego gift for Sesame Street fans and hobbyists in your life.
That's big. Steve,
It is big. It is very
I
big.
feel like you're trying to drop hints.
No, it does have free shipping though, which is cool.
That is good. Wait a minute. Steve, I told you last night what you have to say for you to get your Christmas present from me.
Fuck.
I asked Steve last night if he loved me as a friend because it's important for men to tell each other that they, going back to what we said before, you know, I know and I firmly believe that men are the root of all evil in the universe, and we should take rid the earth of all men. Hashtag rid the earth of all men.
Hashtag
But
all men.
we grew up in a time where it wasn't cool to talk about your feelings, and I think it's very important to tell your male friends that you love them. From the bottom of my heart, I believe that to be true. So last night, I asked Steve if he loved me, and I think it's true. I think we do love each other.
Yes, but there was more to it than that, Mike.
I said, Steve, do you love me? Would you say you loved me more than a roast beef sandwich? And you said,
I said yes. I do love you
Yes.
more than a roast. I'd rather be your friend
then
than
be friends with a
than
roast beef
have
sandwich.
a roast beef sandwich. Yeah.
And then I said, Steve, do you love me more than your brother?
And
And you said,
I said, I'm sorry, but no, Mike. is what I said.
And that was maybe a second after that, I put your Christmas present back on eBay where I found
I put it in the garbage. I
I took a picture of it in the garbage and I uploaded it to eBay. I said, somebody come get your trash.
Mike, all I can promise you is that I'll work on it, but
yes.
But then, do you remember asking me shortly after if I could ever love you more than my own dad?
I said, I didn't say dad specifically. I said any family member.
Oh, right. That's right. That's right.
I said, I think what I said was, I need you to love me more than at least one family member.
Yeah.
I said.
I mean, I think, can we wait until we find out the personalities of my nephews? Because I think if one of them it turns out to be a shithead, then I could certainly make that happen.
Yes. I think that's fair.
Mike, how much do you think the Lego Sesame Street set costs?
My guess for a Lego set that is 14 feet long, or 14 inches long, that's like 2 feet long and 9 inches high, I'm going to say $350. Is that Rolf's piano in the corner?
No.
In the right hand corner? Okay, so then $350.
Well, Mike, you're actually wrong. It's only 119.
Oh, nice.
For a big set like that, for a kid or for a friend.
You love me more than your brother.
Dude, but check this out. You ready for this?
What a weird manipulative thing.
Are you ready for this, though? I don't know if you're ready
Yes.
for this.
Is it jelly?
Check this out. There's a Batman from the original Batman Batwing.
That's very cool.
And that's
Dude,
very cool.
All the airborne Batman vehicles lasted 5 minutes.
Right, because you always wanted to throw them so that you could pretend they were flying. And
But
then
even
they
in the
would break.
movies, don't they all explode instantly?
Oh yeah. They didn't
Fucking
because it's like too good of a thing to just have all the time. Because you could just go anywhere and
you couldn't shoot a guy with clown makeup. You have your own plane.
Right.
And a boat and car.
Excuse me, sir. You have your
missiles.
You have your own plane. Wow, I can't get away from this video for some reason. It's really creepy.
What is it?
I'm trying to find. It's like a creepy. Well, now it's gone. I don't want to see. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Okay.
Mike, but I do want to show you one last thing here in this Lego.
How much is the Batman thing? Same?
Oh yeah, how much do you
150?
think it is? It's actually is the same price. Yeah. Excuse me. Who's singing?
Oh, I don't want to hear a voice.
All
A
right,
lot of
check
singing
this
for
out.
a silent night.
This one's pretty rad too. We got a Ghostbusters Ecto 1
That's very cool.
Lego set.
Oh, you
look at,
build
did,
that?
Did you see
Fuck,
the price?
that's cool.
Don't look at the price.
Did you have the toy? Just
Oh,
the
yeah.
Ego?
The little plastic one.
Yeah.
Yeah, where you could put the
That was my
stickers on
favorite.
it. Yeah.
hmm
This is pretty rad. This is $200. This is
I was
more
gonna
than the
say
Sesame
$200.
Street. It's more than the
Yeah.
Sesame Street set. Yeah.
It's very cool though.
It's super rad. All right. Well, anyway, I just wanted to get some of those Christmas treats out there. Ha ha ha! Mike, what do you say we do some History Roads?
I would love that very much.
Okay, great. Why is this music playing, you think?
This is like we just we went through something very traumatic together and now we're coming out the other
Right.
side.
We're gonna be okay.
Like we were both like Castaway happened to both of us and now there's a helicopter in the
Right.
in the distance.
Right.
No, now, yeah.
Dude, you know what else that is? I'm gonna keep going with these if that's okay.
Yeah, go for
That's when you move into a new apartment and you're looking for the plus 30 seconds button on the microwave.
No, now, yeah.
You know what else it is? It's when your significant other, or when you go into the bedroom and you're like, honey, I know you're sleeping, But can you do you remember where you put the remote control? Honey, wait, do you remember?
Yeah, I remember, but
When you're at Starbucks with someone you just met on a dating app, and they're like, I want to do like a non-monogamous thing.
I remember, but
Isn't it
I'm
like
actually looking for love.
it's when the IRS asks you for some paperwork? My response is usually
I remember, but
Dude, when you take a road trip to New Jersey and you forgot that they pump your gas and you get out and you have that awkward exchange with the person who comes to pump your gas.
I remember, but
when the officer asks if you've been drinking.
I remember, but
You sober?
All right.
You go and buy a donut and they're like cash only.
I remember, but
I love that. Is that going to be a button on the thing?
Yeah, it has to be now. All right.
Mm-hmm. Our whole fucking soundboard is either celebrities or mummies saying things incorrect.
I'm gonna confuse the Ozzy Osbourne clip for the mummy one all the time. Was that Ozzy or a mummy?
That's the new game show.
The new game, Ozzy or mummy?
The sarcophagus.
It sounds like a mummy to me. Matthew Bain sends a History Road saying, please fold it for the polar bears 10 times. They need your help. Hello, beeps, skeep, heap, beepity beep boys. This is not a History Road, even though I sent one. This is a call to action.
Are we is somebody trying to get us to adopt a polar bear? Because that's not going to happen this year. I'm going to be totally honest with you. They got that Coca-Cola money and they don't need mine.
Oh, and not one for my sake. It's a cry for help, but for millions of endangered animals. Okay.
Mm.
So what all right.
What would you like the hosts of Dynamic Banter to do for millions of endangered animals? Can I take care of my own family first in the pandemic? Do you mind if we make it through the goddamn pandemic before I worry about millions of homeless animals?
Okay, here's what I'll say, because it is quite a lot.
If you don't send this to 12 people, it's bad luck for all the polar bears.
Here's what we do. If you're interested in this, and I'll check it out too, there's an Instagram account called @pro the Arctic. So @pro the Arctic.
I think I saw them at All Points West.
There's a post with a link to help send a letter to the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge.
Mm-hmm.
And there's I guess there's a lot of stuff being auctioned off by the American government to oil companies, and the animals will not be good with that.
I can't believe they're auctioning off all of the animals to the government. I don't think the government should have all the animals. They'll probably test missiles on them, and I don't want that.
Well, there's 2 Alaskan horn honks from Ontario from Matthew. So everyone check out Pro the Arctic's post on the subject to learn more. Okay.
Very pretty pictures on this thing.
Guys, we got an appreciation road from Dale Miners. Sorry,
One
Myers.
and two and. One and two and.
Hey, BB boys, this is less of a history road. No history roads today.
Yeah.
Then it is an email about how much your trash cast means to me. I have bipolar depression, and it can get very bad Before I was on the proper medication, I would spend days in bed and I couldn't get myself to do anything. I would barely even eat. The only thing I could rely on when it got dark was dynamic banter and WTOP.
Oh, very nice.
Mike's podcast with Zoya. As sad as it sounds, when I was alone in my room all day, listening to the podcast made me feel like I was hanging out with my friends Milk and Steve. Now that I'm on good medication, it can still get bad, but dynamic banter will always make it better. Dynamic banter means so much to me, and I can't thank you boys enough for making me laugh and providing me with good times. Merry Christmas, and never, ever, under any circumstances, open your horse. So
That's
thank
so
you so
smart.
much, Dale. That was very sweet.
Dale, it is an honor to be put in a position to make you or anyone else feel a little bit better on any given day. So thank you for pressing play in your time of need.
We got an email from YouTube. That's exciting. It says, copyright claim. Your video has been blocked in some countries. Episode 232, put your hands on Ryan's eyes.
Uh-huh. Ryan, are we still monetizing the videos, or is you're under specific strict orders to never press the monetize button on those videos?
All right, this is a history, and we'll do this last history road, and then we'll say goodbye because it's Thanksgiving. We want to be with our families, for Christ's sake.
It is. Zoya has already eaten half the food in our house.
That's ridiculous. There isn't even any food here. There's a couple of empty pizza boxes over here on the kitchen table. I might eat some crumbs for Thanksgiving. Emma Thomas, the Do Not Spin girl, I think she won the costume contest, right?
Nice. Did you give your goddamn address to Byron yet to get
Did you
your
guys
shit?
give your goddamn address to Byron? And one more question.
Have you had your hearing tested lately?
Warm regards to the best BB boys around, Mike and Steve. 2 horn honks for you, gentlemen. All right. It's the girl with the Do Not Spin tattoo. Oh, okay. So this is a different person. The girl with the Do Not Spin tattoo is my favorite crime thriller novel turned movie adaptation.
I like it.
Who placed in the costume contest without even being at the live show.
Wow. Rule breaker.
My name is Emma, but I go by Tommy mostly at college, where I'm a sophomore, studying to get my degree in stage props. Everyone in
How'd
my
you get that nickname?
Yeah, that's a great question that I would love the answer to at some point in my life.
My name is Emma, but they call me Tom. You can call me Tom for short if Emma's too long for you.
Everyone in my prop shop knows about y'all because I wear your merch literally every goddamn day and laugh out loud like an idiot in your podcast to your podcast during crew.
Please welcome.
Back home, I work in a small community theater in Texas with a bunch of old people who ask about my tattoos. I have 2, an alien wrench.
That one got me. That was great. I like that one.
Like the ones you get from IKEA. Oh, sorry, Allen wrench. An alien wrench. Like the ones you get from IKEA. Okay, I like that. Where am I? Boop, boop. On the back of my arm, long story, and the Do Not Spin on my wrist.
Awesome.
Now, it gets really confusing when I have to explain to old people why I think a 70-something woman having the most traumatizing event of her life is the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen. Usually I'll just say it's a bit from my favorite podcast, which doesn't help, especially if they want to see a clip of the bit, in which case I have to show them you loud boys crying laughing over the repeated clip of the lady just spinning her brains out of her nose.
It's been.
This Friday, November 27th.
It spins.
It spins.
Don't spin.
Don't spin.
It's.
Thanks for the laughs. Oh, sorry. This Friday, that's it. This Friday, November 27th, I will be on the third day of my 20-hour drive home to Austin, Texas, from North Carolina with my
So
wonderful
responsible
mother.
of you to go
Yeah,
visit
stay
your
the fuck
family.
home. And guess what? It will also be my 20th birthday. Well, happy birthday. It would make my day if I got a call from you rambunctious boys. If you ever got a call from us, it would be about how you should have stayed home.
Yeah.
But if not, I hope you have
We called an ambulance to chase you all the way home.
But I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving and a happy holidays. I will take a taxi honk. Oh, okay. And a disappointed audience laugh in return. You got plenty of those, but I'll give you the... There you go.
That's a great, what a clean, maybe the cleanest recorded horn honk of all time.
You're right. I think it very well could be. Thanks for the laughs, giggles, and gaffs. You two single-handedly kept me awake while I worked on my freshman year drafting final, where I was up for 60 hours straight.
Unhealthy. You're just chock full of unhealthy shit, huh?
You really don't give a fuck about yourself or anybody else.
You know what I like about this chick? She doesn't give a fuck about anybody else or herself.
After I was up for 60 hours straight, kept me laughing after a bad breakup, and inspired, why didn't that relationship work out? And inspired Zoya! Happy anniversary! Oh my goodness.
Zoya's going to close out the show.
Zoya, come close
I love
out
you
the
all.
show with me.
Happy Thanksgiving. Steve,
Wait,
I love you. I'll talk to you
I love
today.
you, Mike. Happy
Here's
Thanksgiving.
Zoya.
Let's play games later. Hi, Zoya. Oh my goodness. Look
Hi.
at you. You look so pretty.
Oh, thank you.
I love those
I've been
glasses.
cooking and trying to get things ready for Thanksgiving.
Really? You look so pretty while you're cooking. And what are these
Aw.
glasses?
Thank you. They're new.
I love them.
Your girl was hurting for real seeing.
Good, good. How do you
Yeah.
feel now?
I feel good. How
Good.
are you feeling?
I'm feeling
Happy Thanksgiving.
good. Happy Thanksgiving and happy anniversary to you and me.
Oh, thank you.
What a good
Thank
time. Oops. Okay, well, we're going to hear the History Road song now. Because I can't stop it, Zoya. Okay?
Right.
Okay.
I get it.
And it's doubled, so we'll just let
Okay,
that go
great.
by. And,
I'm still dancing.
Yeah, but you look great.
Oh my God, thank you. So do you.
Thank you. I'm having
Yeah,
a
your
good
skin
time.
looks great. You look
And,
great.
you know, we're
Are you
waiting.
pregnant?
What's that?
I said, are you pregnant?
I am pregnant. Thank you.
Oh,
I
you're
can't
so
believe
welcome.
it. I got to poop
guys-
right after this. So let me finish out this email really quick and then we'll say goodbye. She
Okay.
said, I'm sorry, Emma or Tom. I won't assume gender because they say their name is
I don't
Emma.
think you could hear anything, and I couldn't hear anything you were saying. Oh. So, we've been working with Byron. And we got a lot of fun Black Friday stuff coming out.
Hell yeah. Mike
I'm sorry.
Mike thinks
Black
we're
Friday
closer
stuff
to the
coming up.
end than he thinks.
Promo code go fuck yourself.
All right, let me finish out this email really quick.
Okay,
but
I'm so
yes,
sorry.
bunch of good stuff happening. No.
So much going on right now.
Tommy says it kept them laughing after bad breakup and inspired my most well-received Halloween costume, which gave me like 6 new Twitter followers, which was dope as fuck. Love y'all, Emma, aka Tommy. P.S. I'm starting a bad movie club at school next year. Gonna need Rex. Troll 2 and Birdemic. All right, Zoya,
Yes.
thank you for joining me for the end of the show.
Thank you for having me.
It's lovely to
I
see
hope-
you. I hope you have a
It's
wonderful
always
Thanksgiving.
my pleasure. If you need a plate of food, I don't know what you guys are doing.
We haven't figured it out yet. We're gonna talk about it. We
Okay,
have some
well-
empty pizza boxes I was gonna eat some Parmesan cheese out of.
Mm-hmm.
And with a spoon.
Yes.
I'm not an animal. And no, but we're gonna talk about it. But honestly, I might
Yeah.
actually hit you up if you guys have.
Yeah, I mean, we have
leftovers.
more than enough food. I'm happy to.
Oh, sorry.
It's like a little tin. I got like little tin to go cups.
You're
you
a
know,
sweet, sweet woman. And I
to go
don't know what
tins.
I'd
Just
do
come on
without
by,
you.
pick it up.
I
I've got the turkey is. We just made a turkey breast. Well, I made a turkey breast. I've got cornbread stuffing. We've got
Oh my God.
sweet
you did
potato
it
casserole.
Right.
We've got green bean casserole.
Oh,
There's the little tiny ham. I got a tiny
Oh
ham.
my God.
I baked cookies. We got some pumpkin pie.
All right,
made a
here's the
no-bake
deal.
cake.
Here's the deal.
Okay.
Eat all your goods. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. If there's anything left over,
Oh,
just let me know.
there's more
I
than
don't want to
enough
take
left
any
over.
food from your mouths because that sounds so good. But
you wouldn't.
damn.
I love to cook, so you know that.
Oh,
So
Zoya, you're just
there's
a
always
treat.
there's always plenty, and I'm always happy to feed you.
Well, God damn it, Zoya. You're just a perfect little angel. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, well, guys, thank you for listening to the show. Thank you to Zoya and Mike. Happy anniversary to you. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you. Thank
All of
you, Dynamic Banter, for having me on. And I love you, and I'm very thankful for you, Steve.
I'm so thankful for you, Zoya. I'm thankful for you and Mike in my life. I don't know where I'd be. Goodbye, everyone.
That was a HeadGum podcast.